now. Here's a fresh start to the morning. Just gone 9 o'clock and I'm heading out to get some supplies. Probably get some pants on first though. Unshowered and wearing yesterday's clothes. This will be a very short journey. Also a very dirty mirror. Blech. Oh, but it is a fresh, crisp day, isn't it? Check this out. Beautiful skies. Walking through the autumn leaves, or winter I suppose it is now. Yeah, there are worse ways to start your Sunday. Just time for a little detour through the woods to get a few Pokemon stops and see some nature and some fresh green. Oh, that bird, bloody hell, it's fast, isn't he? Christ. Anyway, some fresh air, I was going to say. Okay, but now the day can properly start. I'm showered and fresh and it's only 3 in the afternoon. But in my defence, I have been doing stuff. So Joe was starting a bit later today because of the whole poop-related incident yesterday. It's probably not what you think. If you missed it, check yesterday's vlog right at the end. Just skip forward the rest of the crap. It's not worth watching. So she ended up going a bit late today because organised and planned, just because she worked so many hours yesterday. She worked a little bit less today. So I spent the morning with her today, which is really good. We watched, I say it's a movie, but it was like a show, I guess. But it was a TV show that was actually simultaneously broadcast in the cinemas for about a week. It's called They Will Not Grow Old. And essentially it's literally every bit of it is old video footage and pictures of World War I and the prep and the aftermath of it. And all the audio is direct interviews with people who were in the war. And it's all been recolorized and made high definition and stuff. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Like, honestly, it's given a whole new sort of meaning to it to me. Like, obviously I was familiar with World War I and the story behind it and all that stuff, but you don't hear details about it. You only hear details about what life was like during the war to the civilians. You don't hear what the actual war was like because no one ever spoke about it. And since it's been 100 years now, it's 100 years in early November the 11th, since it ended, obviously the Memorial Day, and this movie came out as well. And today's the last day it's available on iPlayer, so I took the chance to watch it, and me and Joe watched it together, and it was just mind-blowing. Honestly, if you don't know what it is, you've not seen it, try and track it down. It'll be online somewhere, I'm sure. Probably going to be a DVD release of it as well, I'd imagine. That they really should do it. It was phenomenal. Really, really good. But enough serious stuff. Talk about some gibberish for a bit. These lights, they're buggered. So yesterday, whilst I was doing my whole reworking of the upstairs bedroom, which as a reminder now looks like this, which I'm quite pleased with, it's going down quite well, but I moved this guy from one side of the room to the other because it was in a bit in the way and I had to rejigger it around. And that is a Wi-Fi range extender, which I don't use as much of an extender. I actually use it predominantly to attach the lights and smart plugs to it because although online says there isn't one, I'm pretty sure that there is, by which I mean a limit on my router. My BT Hub 6 down here, I'm pretty sure I've hit the number of units, number of devices that can connect to it by quite a significant amount, I think. And online reckons there isn't a limit. Everyone says, no, there's no limit, it's fine. I'm pretty sure I've hit a limit. So instead I've attached all the smart bulbs and things, because obviously these 2 lights are smart. I've got like 5 smart plugs, 2 more smart lights in the hallway and upstairs. They're all individual Wi-Fi devices. So I can connect them all to the extender, and then that one extender connects to the router, so it uses one IP instead of thousands. And that seems to work okay, until that breaks. So yesterday I was moving it around and it seems to have forgotten its settings. So it forgot its name. And when I tried to reset it, I couldn't remember its whole name either. So I forgot its name too, which meant that it was 2 o'clock in the morning. All the lights were turned on and I couldn't turn them off. So I was frantically trying to reset that. I got it reset, but I couldn't remember its name, so I set it to another name. That wasn't the right one, so I tried it again to what I thought was the right name, and it wasn't that one either. At this point, it's really late in the morning, which makes sense. And I thought, screw it, I'm just going to rename them. So I come down to all the lights and the plugs and things to try and reset them to the new address. I do about half of them, and I get to this bad boy right here. This one, and this one over here. For some reason, I can't get them in pairing mode. So you're supposed to turn them off and on 3 times, then it'll start flickering. So off, on, off, on, off, on. Now it should wait 5 seconds and it should flicker. And I'm watching, and I'm waiting. And 5 seconds have now passed and it hasn't flickered. So it's still in normal mode. Doing that should put it into pairing mode, which will then make it search and be emitting its own Wi-Fi signal, which means that I can then find it on the mobile device, connect to it, and tell it what Wi-Fi network to attach to. So I couldn't get it to connect to the new name of the plug. Changed half of the things to it, and that was fine, but these 2 here couldn't get them into pairing mode, so that was a real trouble. So I thought, screw it, I'll get them in the morning, so turn them off at the wall instead, went to bed, and as I'm lying in bed, I had an epiphany that the Nintendo Switch remembers all of its access points. And one of those was definitely the smart plug, because the Wi-Fi to the Switch, from the Switch to the router, was not good on upstairs. It docked in my TV, so I kicked it to the upstairs one instead, and that worked great. So I remembered it saves it, so I opened it up, checked it, and I found the name, renamed the plug again, and then of course everything that I had changed to the new one was broken again immediately. But it does mean that this bulb, which I couldn't change, is now back to being normal again. It's fine, it works, it's connected to the right network. However, this one, in my attempts to try and get it working, I deleted it from the app, ready to repair it again, and because I deleted it from the app, it's now not controllable by anything. So I can't control it, I can't reset it, I can't turn it off with that apart from using the main switch, so I'm a bit buggered really, so I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting on that later. And also, in my rejiggering, I have brought an old laptop down from upstairs to here in this pile of stuff, and now that's replaced the small tablet that was on here. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff on here. This looks really good. It's doing a lot of synchronizing down here, which I'm trying to ignore a little bit of, but it's going to be a lot better because it's a lot more powerful than the really bad tablet that was there. So I should be able to hopefully run Shadow on it, which means that I can keep up to date with whatever that computer is doing, because I'm going to use it a lot. I've got big plans for it, and it should mean that I can actually at least watch YouTube on it too. So it means it'll be a much more useful screen with a nice keyboard that I can use. Because I can use a keyboard on the tablet either. It's only got one USB port, and that's the power supply. So it's got a lot more flexibility for not really any extra surface space, because it's already occupying the space that was occupied already. So as long as it's working, it should be a good decision. But we'll see how productive it ends up being in the future, I guess. But I have rambled on enough. It is time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Assuming you saw yesterday's video, of course. But that moment is to find out if this Rustler's breakfast sausage muffin is any good. Get hyped. Okay, she's going in. And annoyingly, it takes 65 seconds to cook it. So it's 1 minute and 5 seconds. And I can do increments of 10. So I'll do 1 minute and 10 and stop it before it finishes. And that reason right there is why I don't like analog dials on microwaves. It says 65 seconds. It doesn't say 1 minute. It doesn't say 1 minute and 10. It says 65 seconds. If those 5 seconds matter, how on earth can you get 5 seconds on a dial that's analog with nothing but 1 minute and 5 minutes on it? Like, it's ridiculous. You can't get 5 seconds on that. You'd have to time it like yourself. The only good analog dial is a dial that actually turns a digital display. When you turn it around and it says the screen, how many minutes I put on it or seconds I put on it, that's a good dial. I'm glad you agree. But otherwise I've got to have buttons. So when I replace this microwave, which I really should, this microwave is like 20 years old now. It's ridiculous. God knows what I was doing to my brain. But when I replace that, I'll get one with either buttons or a digital dial. No analog ding dials. No, not for me. But here it comes. 7, 6, 5. Stop. Stop. And inside we have a beautiful breakfast muffin. Hello, look at you. That looks legit, doesn't it? Oh my god. Right, just gotta peel the top off where that delicious cheese is. Look at that, beautiful. Add a little bit of ketchup to it. Not too much, just a little bit for a bit of a drizzling, you know. Dollop this back on again, and we'll let it cool a little bit, because that looks red bloody hot. Holy hell. Okay, moment of truth, here we go. Oh. Okay. It's an odd taste. Overwhelming flavour of cheese, followed by a subtle aftertaste of sausage. And that's it. Let's say I probably prefer this over the breakfast muffin from McDonald's, but I prefer the breakfast bagel from McDonald's over this. So there you go. That's my review. And time to wash it all down with a latte macchiato caramel for 80p. I love these, they're great. Okay, so some time has passed. It's now about 7 in the evening, maybe a little earlier than that, maybe 6:30. And yeah, the last clip was maybe 3 to 4 hours ago, I suppose. I can't tell you how productive it's been. Normally when there's a big gap like that, I can say, I did this, this, and this, or I could say, I did this one thing and nothing else, and it was very uninteresting. But honestly, it's been a bit of a mishmash of stuff. Played some Pokemon, watched some YouTube, configured the downstairs PC a little bit more, and I've done a bit of the stuff that I was supposed to be doing, like unpacking some of Joe's bags, clearing away some surfaces, that kind of stuff. For example, surface in here that's been covered in junk for ages is now covered in different junk, which I'm not going to show too much of, because family photos and stuff that aren't necessarily mine, that kind of stuff, you know, but it's now clearer at least. So I spat over that then. Don't know if you saw that, you probably did because of the flash. Nice. But yeah, I've emptied 2 bags. The last bag I need to empty is all crockery. So I'm thinking I'll do that tomorrow and I can properly rework the kitchen a little. Don't know how much we're going to keep, don't know how much of what I've currently got we're going to keep. So I need to sort of lay it all out and see what I'm working with. But based on some of these cupboards, I'm optimistic because that's just standard really. And this is all junk up here. Like there's there's like 1,000 shot glasses up here. I don't need all of those shot glasses. So there's definitely some that I can rework and stuff like that. By the way, how sick's that Robot Wars mug? Isn't it the best? I've had that for years. It's incredible. Who doesn't want a big beer tanker with circular lot on it? Amazing. But yeah, there's a lot of potential for working more stuff in and clearing out some of the old stuff and just getting a bit of a set going. And this is working beautifully as well. Look at this cable. That's like 5 wires that used to look a bit like that, to be honest, but that is now the visible bit, which I am very, very happy with. And I've got a nice little speaker down here too, which works very well. I'm happy with this. This is good. And I can very quickly and easily just use the keyboard and mouse over here now, rather than having to remote desktop in from a phone of some sort to get on a very slow laptop or tablet, whatever it was. Now I can just bring this up and watch, hey, a YouTube video. How about this one? This one's alright, right? Oh, it's a brand new God, it's terrible. Starting off. The only issue that I do have with this laptop is that it doesn't run Shadow. So that's a shame, because I planned on using that quite a bit, but it just does not work on this laptop, and I don't know why. If I was to load up Shadow on this, it does load up, but then it looks a little bit like that. So you can see, yeah, there's a window over here. You can see I've got like my Explorer window. That is there, and I can move it around, so it's working, and it's responsive, but it's green and really pixelated, and I have no idea why. I could Google it and look it up and check some support and stuff, but otherwise, at least a base level, this fundamentally is broken, so I need to look into that. So at least you know I've been doing something. I've got the tumble dryer and the washing machine over there too, so at least that's proof I've done something else as well. And I did get showered, like I told you that I did shower and change and stuff, so that's something, right? I didn't do my hair, I didn't bother putting anything in, I didn't leave the house. Haven't done my lenses, didn't bother with that, didn't leave the house. Although I did this morning, but that was pre all that stuff. It's a Sunday, see, so by the time I was awake enough to bother doing things, everything was closing anyway, so I didn't really bother needing to leave the building. Oh, by the way, it's 8:15, not 6:45. It's a lot, well, it's an hour later than I thought it was, so never mind. But yeah, it's been a bit of a moochy day today, which is a Sunday, so you have to mooch a little bit, don't you? But I can't say what to do now. Do I want to eat a snack or do I want to eat a food? Haven't eaten much food today. I've had a jug of Huel, I've had a sausage thing, whatever that muffin thing was from the microwave. I've got a coffee and some biscuits, and that's been it. So I'm toying with the idea of making some pasta up, because I've got some nice sausage in the cupboard of ingredients. This is magnificent. Needs a bit of a sort out as well, to be honest, but that's another day. Or whether I just cook the cookies and get it over with, because these cookies in this fridge have been tempting me so much. Every time I open the fridge, I'm like, oh, hello cookies. But I've eaten a lot of junk today already, like biscuits and microwave burger things, so maybe some food is better. I mean, pasta's not really healthy, but at least it's not sugar. Oh, honey. Well, this doesn't count as healthy, but this is protein. There's some tuna mayo there with exceedingly good mayonnaise, so this will make a nice dollop on top of my pasta. But the Katza, however, really, really wants it. Don't you ever? She's been eyeing up my beautiful little tuna mayo bowl here. She loves mayonnaise, and obviously likes tuna. So now she's going crazy. Yeah, I know. Terrible, isn't it? I did give her a little bit earlier, but I guess that wasn't enough. Obviously, I've made too much food here. This is a gargantuan-sized plate of pasta. It's impossible to measure pasta weight, I tell you. It's impossible. But it is very delicious. And honestly, I know this looks pretty lame. It's very student foodish, but I like it. It's really nice. I've been playing Planet Coaster. Oh my God, that game's incredible. Already 100 minutes played, yeah. It's a very daunting game. Like, there is so much you can customize with that. I started a game up and jumped into like a scenario that you have to customize yourself. And I thought, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to do a blank slate and just do what I want with unlimited money. And I had no idea where to start. I had no idea. It was completely too much right in the deep end. So I went back to the scenarios again. And they take a bit of getting used to. There's a lot to take in, but it does break you in a bit more gently. You get a chance to actually work out what's going on, what things work, and sort of a theme that you can create things around too. But you can change everything to the minute detail, like individual trees, lighting in trees, how high up the trees go. And that's just trees. It's incredible. Like the terrain sculpting and everything. It's so detailed. And I know this isn't a very new game now. It's been out for a good year or two, I think. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just now discovering that I can play it on the Shadow cloud gaming thing, and it's very good. Okay, screw it. I'm going to make the cookies. I can't handle it anymore. I've got them out of the fridge. The oven's preheating. I'm going to see what these are actually like. Because even if they're like quite basic cookies, freshly baked, they've got to be pretty good, right? Did I say baked cookies? So they tear along here, but they're a lot darker than I thought they'd be. Look at how dark they look. That's crazy. Also very teeny tiny, but I guess they'll get bigger in the oven. So you got to break them up so that you can separate them out a little bit and get some. Oh, Oh, this is not going well at all, though. Breaking all really weird. Can I just put some more effort in, maybe? There we go. I'm just winging this. I'm too excited for cookies. Okay, I've given them a smush so that some of them aren't quite as square as they were. They're not exactly perfectly round, but the ones that were broken up here I thought were worth smushing anyway. So when I started doing that, I thought I'd smush them all a little bit. So there's some that are nice round ones and some that are still a bit squarish, but I don't want to play them too much in case I ruin them, make them too thick or whatever. But I think that'll cook, right? I think these will look okay. Maybe position these a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? Anyway, they're going into the oven for apparently 11 to 13 minutes. So, Godspeed, cookies, Godspeed. Okay, so I walked into the kitchen, could smell cookies in the air, had a little peek in the oven, and freaked out because they were burning. They were going very dark, very crispy looking. I was worried. So in my panic, I grabbed an oven mitt with a cat on it, pulled the tray out a little bit, touched once, check how hard and crispy it was, and it wasn't at all. It was super soft and my finger went straight through it. So when I pull these out now, if there's one with a giant dent in it, that's why. But here we go. Okay, final reveal. It's been a bit longer. I set a timer for a bit longer after I realised they were very wet. So inside here now we have cookies. Let's see. So this is the one with the dent in it, as you can see right there. But what are these like? Leave the oven on for a second because I don't want to turn it off if they're still mushy. They're still very mushy. I might give them another few minutes. Like, look how squishy they are. Like they're like super squishy. So yeah, I think I'll give them another few more minutes, I think. Okay, they've had longer now, another 3 minutes. Surely they're ready now. Surely they're ready now. They look much the same actually, but let's test them. Do a good old poke test. Yeah, we give them a moment of truth. They're still really squashy. Should they be that soft? Is that normal? Is that what cookies are like in the oven? They're going to be a bit crispier over here, maybe. I don't know. I'm very suspicious. Okay, surely this time they've had another 5 minutes in there. This is a total of about what? I guess, quick maths, 23 minutes total they've had in the oven now. When it said they can be done in 11, so surely. Oh, okay. They feel a bit firmer now. Yeah, I'm happy to say that they're better now. They are still squishy, still quite squishy. But they should firm up, right? I don't know. I don't want to burn them on the edges. They're not really burnt yet. Okay, fine. 2 more minutes and that's it. I'm calling it. Okay, they're out. The oven's off. They're cooling. We shall see. I've done all I can. They're in the hands of God now. Well, they've cooled down and they're rock hard. Who didn't see that coming, eh? Bloody hell. Well, there you go. Lesson learned. Follow the instructions. And they taste really nasty as well. What a disappointment. Well, on that disappointing climax, I'm going to brush my teeth and head to bed. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty busy day for myself. I've got a lot to do. Basically the last day that I have to sort this place out because there's a removal guy booked for Tuesday. So since it's gone midnight now, that's technically tomorrow, so that's a bit scary. And they're bringing up all the sofas and drawers and stuff from Joe's place. And I'm still not completely sure they'll even fit through the doorway, let alone get them into the house. And I'm not sure where half of them are going to live when they're here anyway. And I don't know how to get the stuff that's here out either. So that'll all be a fun puzzle to work out over the next couple of days. I've got my tape measure ready and I've got a to-do list made up for what I'm going to measure. And still some things in the garage to destroy as well. So I'll get that sorted too. So yeah, lots to do. But anyway, that's tomorrow. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video anyway. And if you have, a like rating is very appreciated. And if you come back tomorrow at 7 PM UK time, you'll see my antics of whatever the hell I'm doing then. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.